Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Good morning to Peanut Nola 504 Morning Talk on his random thoughts. Peace and blessings to all my melanated copper family out there. Peace and blessings to anyone that breathes. And I'm hoping that your life is blessed. I hope everything is good with you, because everything is good with me. Smiles 808 in the house. Peace and blessings. I am thankful to have one of the great bean teamers in the house that always represent. I like to do my random morning talks, but uh yeah, I'm a truck driver. And when you're a truck driver, you just don't know what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it. You just do it, because I got a long day ahead, so it is what it is. But I want to talk about Cardi B and Candace Owens. Dumber and dumber. And this is what minorities have to look forward to. And I have said this for a very long time. I said, from Jim Crow to KKK, are we better off? From Jim Crow to KKK, are we better off? Because some people are telling us are trying to push us to the Republican agenda and the Democrat agenda. And both of these parties have been no good to melanated minority people. And I'm one to believe that I have no confidence in Joe Biden. I have no confidence in Donald Trump. I have no confidence in American politics. And that's just the real. And I want people to understand that I am very neutral when it comes down to politics. I'm in the middle. When it comes down to politics, I am down in the middle. There's no argument to it. I don't see where we are better off with either party. I feel like Jim Crow and I feel like the KKK politics have doomed melanated people. When you really look at it and you really do your history, you will find out that under Lincoln didn't want to free the slaves. He had to free the slaves. That's not something that he wanted to do. And yet we praise Lincoln. We praise President Lincoln like he was a savior to black people. It was something that he had to do. It's not that he wanted to do it. He had to do it. And yet we still talk about, oh yes, we were Republicans. We were Republicans before we even thought about Democrat. The history of black people was never Democratic. So before we give credit to the Lincoln and the Republicans, let's remember that was under the Jim Crow laws. That we really, really didn't catch a break from the Republicans, and we didn't catch a break from the Democrats. So parties flip-flopped. And we went to becoming a Democrat. And the Democrats have been promising black people for years. Promising, and being nothing and doing nothing but failing us as a nation of people. Actually selling their souls for office. They want your vote, but there's no action. The crime bill that is built to this day came from Democrats. Keep your ass locked up. That came from Democrats. So am I confident in having a Republican in or a Democrat? Hell no. I am not confident in political parties in the United States. So you're not going to get me to sit here and cheer on Donald Trump or Joe Biden, because I really believe that both parties are ridiculous. And they are not the best interests. They don't have the best interests of melanated people. And it has gotten so desperate to the point where they have Cardi B representing minorities and making a mockery out of Cardi B. Cardi B is on, has been on CNN being interviewed, and she even had her own show with Joe Biden, looking stupid, sounding stupid. And being ridiculous. Because Cardi B don't understand that they are using her because of her views, because her being a celebrity. That is a way, it's so embarrassing to melanated people of overall, to have this woman have a voice for minorities. And you got Candace Owens, this Sambo woman, who says that racism does not exist. So you got one that is completely ignorant and who needs to stay in her lane, and you got the other one who is educated from her oppressor, and because she went to school does not make her smart. She talks so much that she sounds so stupid. Candace Owens has reflected before that somebody tried to discriminate on her in college. But yet she says racism does not exist. Cardi B needs to stay in her lane and shut the fuck up. And excuse my French. She needs to stay in her lane. We got Lady Solo in the house. We got Dumb and Dumber, Dumb versus Dumber when it comes to Cardi B, and when it comes to Candace Owens. Good morning, Felicia. I hope everything is going well with you, sister. Lady Solo in the house, Smiles 808, and we're starting it off early in the morning. And this is what politics have become on the national stage. A mockery for minorities. A mockery, a embarrassment for minorities. Democrats are using minorities, and it's a shame. Using her celebrity, her following, for her to embarrass other minorities. And it's crazy. It's crazy that we can't see these things, that they'll buy you for your vote. We have to build, as a nation of people, our own political party. We will never, ever get to the stage where we need to get until we build our own political party. Stop funding these people. Stop supporting people who don't support you. You got the Jesse Lee Petersons and the Candace Owens that are saying that racism does not exist. Like we're stupid. Where they had a cop that was in Ohio and he was caught on record. I think it was Ohio or Kentucky where he was caught on record, and he was caught saying to his girlfriend, "You are a nigger lover." And this is what does, and we think that racism does not exist. You think you woke up and think that that these people all of a sudden love you? You think because you got promoted on your job and you are now in corporate America that you have made it? They give it and they take it. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Good morning, Jean Baker in the house. My brother from another mother. And I want you guys to understand that they give it and they take it. You cannot have a thinking that someone loves you so much because they give you something. Just ask Bill Cosby. Just ask so many of black people who made it to the top. And once something happens, they fall to the bottom and they forget about them. You think that what you do, you think that you live on the same playing field, and that's just not correct. Just yesterday I was watching TikTok, and there was an African lady came on, and she stated she was confronting Africans that put down so-called African Americans. She said, "This is no time for your ass to get uppity. And you're going to forget where you come from because you left Africa to come over and you're getting better results. Them people were born in America. Them people know what it's like to go through oppression. And you leave and you come and they give you and you think you better than so-called African Americans." So the African lady was speaking nothing but the truth. When they have a colonized country where they're carrying Chinese people on their backs like they are kings while they colonize their country. It's so easy from people to look from a distance and put down so-called African Americans that are indigenous to this land. It's very easy to criticize the people that are here in America. When you've been brainwashed into the education system, when you believe that Christopher Columbus discovered something that he never discovered. When you go to church and all the churches are whitewashed. And when you look at the angels in the churches, they all don't look like you. And you have to ask yourself, are you going to heaven? Because the way they paint Christianity, they paint Christianity like we are not a part of being an angel. Religion will destroy your brains. Religion will destroy you. Religion is a control mechanism. It's built to control you. It's one thing to be spiritual, but it's one thing to be religious. Two different things. Controlled. We got Brother Prince in the house. Brother Prince is in the house. Early morning talk with Peanut Nola 504. And I want you guys to understand that everything that is controlled, the system is built through religion. Things can be built and controlled through religion. We have to know, we got Sister Angel. Everybody loves Angel in the house. Everybody loves Sister Angel. And I tell you guys, if you follow me, please subscribe to Sister Angel. I want you guys to understand the difference between being spiritual and being religious. Because if the mighty God that I know accept everybody into his house. But when you see religion, it paints something very different. You go into some Catholic churches, and the angels on the wall does not look like you. They paint the Most High, that they call Jesus, as a white man. That is white supremacy. Whether you like it or not, that is white supremacy. Suppressing people in churches. Suppressing people in religion. Religion is white supremacy. Confusing people about the Most High. See, the Most High hates your sin. He loves you, but he hates your sin. That's the Most High. Until we understand what the evil people are doing, how much they have taken from us. They're even trying to take our God away from us. Religion is very dangerous. Politics is very dangerous. Politics is a control mechanism. Religion is a control mechanism. It's built on control. But spiritual can never be damaged. When you are spiritually, it can never be damaged. It can never be tampered with. When you are spiritual, when you pray to the Most High God, when you go outside every morning, when you wake up, you woke up, something woke you up this morning. You didn't wake yourself up, something woke you up this morning. We give ourselves too much credit. You overcome sicknesses. You overcome all kinds of pain, sicknesses, and difficulties because there is a higher being. You are God, but you are not the gods. You are the remnants of God. God flows through you. The Most High flows through you. The ancestors flows through you. You are God. It's to be like God. But you are not the God. You are not the Most High. We have to understand these things, that politics are damaging our people. And every time we think that these presidents, we think that they are our savior of change. You're never going to understand politics until you start going through the sectors. And I have told people, I said, and when you start electing judges that look like you, when you go into the local sector, that is politics that needs to be selected. The president is not the most powerful sector that you should be concerned about. It's your congressman. It's your congress lady. It's your judges. These people affect you daily. Your district attorneys. These people affect you daily. And until you change the lower sector, then you will be able to change the higher sector. Change comes on the lower sector, not the higher sector. As you wake up, and you think about it, when you in your dream, you're actually experiencing outer body experiences. When you're in your dreams, you're no longer in your body. You're not in your body. You're at peace when you are in your dreams. And I want you guys to understand that the Most High, that everything, that the body that you live in is a shell. Some of us worry about dying. Some of us worried about where we're going to go. Some of us afraid of crossing over. The body is meant to die, but the spirit will live forever. The body is meant to die. The spirit will live forever. That you live in this shell, this temporary shell that will eventually decay. We got so many people that are worrying about their looks. We got so many people that are hold on what they look like. See, the Most High does not discriminate. We all are brought here to die. We're born to die. And I want you guys to understand that. There's nothing wrong with dying. There's nothing wrong with dying because you don't really die. You cross over. You don't die. And I want you guys to understand that. Your spirit lives on. You never truly die. So when you're sleeping, you are experiencing out-of-body experiences. You may not even realize it. That when you go through surgeries, that you're not in your body. Good morning, Aquarius. What's going on? Amen. And I want you guys to understand that live your life like it's your last. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Love yourself. Stop allowing people to make you feel bad about you. Stop being in competition with people that has lack of love for themselves. You are a great nation of people that the Most High has chosen for himself. You don't have to, my ladies out there, you don't have to wear your skirts all up your behind for a man to appreciate how beautiful you are. Just be you. Young men out there, be young men. Stick your head up. Walk like a man and talk like a man. And watch the Most High lead you. And everything starts with you. So many times we sit there and we complain. We are a complaining nation of people. Why we don't got. Why we don't have. We complain about simple things in life. There's nothing in your life that you cannot overcome. It's okay to get up and listen. I got things that I want to get better with me. Every now and then I slip off and I cuss. There's a lot of things that I have to do with me to get better. But I can't do it without my people. Us working together, being a unit. Everybody, my message is not for everybody. And I want you guys to understand that. Some people might look at me as I'm preaching to them. But my message may not be for you. I didn't come for everybody. I did not come for everybody. Everybody's not going to like your walk. Everybody's not going to like your talk. And just get over it. Everybody's not going to like you. But as long as you love you, that's all it takes. Everything starts with you. You're going around trying to fix everybody else, but you are lost with you. You're trying to fix everybody else's problems, but you still got problems. You're trying to fix everybody's marriages, but you ain't even repairing the marriage that you have with your own wife or husband. You're living in a dark space. You're not truly happy. So when I see Candace Owens up there selling her soul to the devil, selling her life to the devil, because she's not truly with Donald Trump. She's not truly with all these people. She's truly selling her soul for herself. She's selling her soul for herself. And that's the same thing when it comes down to Cardi B. Cardi B don't know a damn thing about politics. She don't know a damn thing about Joe Biden. She don't know what Joe Biden. She don't know anything about Joe Biden. All she knows is about rapping. Her lack of education is killing her right now. And sometimes you just got to stay in your own lane. And don't embarrass the people. Don't embarrass the other minorities that are out here. You are embarrassing the other minorities, Cardi B. You need to stay in your lane. The politics are just not made for you. It's just not made for you. As you open your mouth, and I used to tell people all the time, I never, ever had respect for Cardi B. Because any woman that is that is a minority that talks about the black woman the way Cardi B does, the way she had talked about black women's hair, she lost me. But you guys out there buying her music, and she can't even respect the black woman. That's the real Cardi B. Totally uneducated, good for nothing person. And it's crazy. Yes, she referred to black women as roaches. And we got people out here supporting her. These men going crazy over her because she's twerking. Because she's twerking. Low vibrations love low vibrations. The lowest of the low loves the lowest of the low. But we sit up in here and we're buying our album. And it's crazy. It's crazy that we support the lowest of the low. And we have respect for people like that who have disrespect for our melanated women. And then you got Candace Owens up there saying that black people, it's their fault for slavery. It's their fault that they have been enslaved. So I call them dumber and dumber. We got Sister Cunningham in the house. We got Sister Cunningham in the house. I want you guys to understand these things. You got one of them, and she's talking to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden just looking at her like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm up here. And Joe Biden is using this roach because she has the audacity to call melanated black women cockroaches. No, I'm not attacking Latinos. I'm attacking that woman. I'm attacking that woman who has been attacking melanated black women. That all these people benefit off the music of American Indian music, of American indigenous music. That they elevate their life off of black people's music. That they make a living off of black people's music. But yet, they have the audacity to try to disrespect melanated black people. Then you got Candace Owens up there talking about she ain't never been raced upon. She said racism, her and Jesse Lee Peterson are cooning their ass off, saying that they don't know nothing about no being raced upon. These are the people that is wrong for America. These are dumber and dumber. These women, you got one who's supposed to be educated by the system that has been oppressing us for years. That's the thing that we have to understand. We got so many people up here, and I've stated this for a very long time. You think because you got a Harvard degree, you think because you went to Yale, you think wherever the hell you went, that degree makes you superior to anybody else. That piece of paper that your oppressor gave you, you think that you're more superior than your brothers and sisters. Your education does not go no further than what the Europeans have given you. But you think that you're so smart. The smartest people be the ones that have went through college. I mean, the uneducated people. I mean, let me take that back. No, Chief, I got one. It's just a piece of paper. Hey, hey, I'm not knocking people who got that piece of paper. I'm not. I want you to understand that. I got all my sons in college. I mean, going to college. Okay, I'm telling you that they have people that think because they have the education that they have reached their highest education. So you keep on getting that education. I don't have no problem with you because you got to live in this environment. In order to compete in this environment, you have to be able to be educated. So I have no problem with the education. It's us being stupid. It doesn't equal to wisdom. I love that. My Miss Mind, Body, and Soul. It does not equal. And that's what I want people to understand, that yes, my mother had three degrees before she passed. But she always told me, she said, I'm doing that. I'm only doing that for the system. And that's what people have to understand, that that's what it is. Clarence in the house. My education came from me teaching myself. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why you get the praise. We gotta stop giving the praise to our oppressor. You worked hard. You went to school for 4 years or more. You worked hard for that. So let's not give credit to our oppressor. Let's not act like our oppressor did anything for us. Because you took the time to apply yourself. And that is what it is. You heard me? It is what it is. But I want you guys to understand that we got these political parties that are telling us. We got these political parties that are telling us who to vote for. And I'm definitely not a fan of the Democrat Party, and I'm not a fan of the Republican Party. I'm not. I'm a fan of making our own political party. That's what I'm a fan of. I cannot see myself go from Jim Crow to KKK. Because we think that Lincoln loved us. We think President Lincoln did a favor for black people. President Lincoln had to let the slaves go. He was forced to let the slaves go. It wasn't because he wanted to let the slaves go. He had to let the slaves go. That was a have to. So if I go from Jim Crow to KKK, it's time for us to come up with our own political party. And that's why I stay down the middle when it comes down to politics, because I don't have a love for Joe Biden or Donald Trump. That's just my opinion. I don't have a love for Donald Trump or Joe Biden because I believe that they're the same. I believe that they are using melanated people. They are using minorities. I don't see any changes when it comes down to either party. That's why it's hard for me to get on the bandwagon in political talk. When we talk about Donald Trump, when we talk about Joe Biden, we talk about these people, these old men, these old decrepit white men have nothing in common with us. These rich millionaires have nothing, billionaires have nothing in common with us. They know not of our struggle. Obama knew nothing of our struggle. All of these people does not have the agenda for you and I. I used to tell people the definition of a real African American is Obama. That's an African American. When you watch Obama, Obama was born in Hawaii. His mother was white, and his daddy was from Kenya. That is the definition of an African American. Indigenous people here on this land understand that you have to understand that this land has always belonged to you. That this land has always belonged to you. You didn't come from no unknown lands. You have always been here. The American Indians is you. They told you that lie of the slave trade. They told you that all of us come from Africa. And to this day, Africa does not even know you. To this day, Africa separates themselves from you. Your bone structures, your nose, your cheekbones, your lips have nothing in common with Africa. That's science. And them people know that we are different tribes of people. Yes, he just used, Obama just uses Hawaii. And that's a fact. African people cannot stand us. I had just did a video not too long ago. And we had an African, matter of fact, got up and spoke against other Africans and told you, how dare you talk about so-called African Americans in America. You come over to America with everything. They give you everything when you come to America. You come from to better yourself. When Africans come to America, they get free taxes. They tax free. They come to America, they get jobs. We've been here all our lives and we don't get the same benefits that Africans does when they come over. And then they say we lazy. These are the people that say that we're lazy. And it's so funny that they want to say that we are lazy. And the fact that their country is colonized. Yes, they have some African people that love us. His Lordship, they have several Africans that love us. But you have several Africans that can't stand melanated black people in America because they look upon us as being lazy. I don't speak for all Africans. I'm not going to say all Africans don't like American black people. But if we have to understand and not close our eyes and understand that most don't like American so-called African Americans. Now we want to be a part of Wakanda, but Wakanda don't want us to be a part of them. I have spoken to many Nigerians and said that that they don't, Liberians, all kinds of them. I've spoken to these people, and they said that a lot of them look at us because we have been mixed. They have a lack of love for American black people in America. They turn their backs on us. And like I said, not all. I'm not going to categorize all Africans and say that all of our cousins don't like us. That wouldn't be nice of me to say. That would be like that wouldn't be right for me to say. But I will say this: that we better get our shit together. That melanated black people in America have to get our shit together. We have to get our shit together and understand that we are a great people. And we have to find, you guys got to recognize that you are the tribes. the lost tribes that everybody has been looking for. We got Real Rap. Brother Real Rap is in the house. You got Mongoloids. We got brothers to this day that don't even know that they're Indians. Because the first thing that they see when it comes down to an Indian, they see the white Indian, the white complexion Indian, and they describes that as being an Indian. But we really have to educate our brothers and our sisters. We have to really educate them and let them realize what the true Indian really look like. We have to really, really, really understand that. I don't think I am His Lordship. I don't think I can dare speak for a whole continent. I don't think I can ever speak for a whole continent. But the ones that I do know, they have a dislike for Black Americans. And that's a fact. And that's the problem. That's what the African lady was saying, His Lordship. The African lady was saying that we have several problems in our own country. Who is us to talk about so-called African Americans in America? That was one of her statements that she was making. 55 countries hate or even think about us. Well, it is what it is. I can only go by the ones who talk about us. And I notice, we gotta stop. We gotta stop defending people who constantly shit on us. And that's just the way I feel. It is what it is. We got Black brothers and sisters right here in this country that have a lack of knowledge because of the school books that have been taught to them. They have a lack of knowledge of knowing who they are. And the thing is, I'm trying to teach people that everybody did not come from Africa. Everybody did not sail the ships that was told to us from Africa. And that's a fact. That's a fact. We got so many of our people have been told for many years that we all come from a certain destination. At one time, America was connected to Africa. At one time, all continents, all countries were connected to Africa. We have so many people that want to defend Mother Africa, but shit on America. We were here even before Columbus. Shit, we were here before any man that had existed on this land. There was not a man on this land before a melanated Black man. There was not a man on this land before a melanated Black man. The science has told us so. We have a lot of Black people that's not conscious. We don't talk about the Mongoloids. We don't talk about how they got here. When we look to the movies, we don't sit there and all we do is watch movies of telling us that we were slaves. We were here before slavery. We were great people before slavery. We were powerful people before slavery. Our history was before slavery. Before slavery even existed, we were here. The greatest thing that they talk about when it comes down to melanated Black people It's slavery. That's the only history that they stop you at. But they don't tell you that you was here before that. All the Indians that supposedly died from smallpox. They lied to us, told us that we were dead, that our ancestors had died when we were already still here. They said that we died from smallpox. They said that we would, in the Trail of Tears, we was a part of millions and millions of deaths. That was told. That was a lie. But they don't tell you. They don't tell you the story how the Mongoloids migrated over to America. They don't tell you how the Mongoloids migrated over to America. That they came here after us. That we were here before the Mongoloids. That the Mongoloids was the very first fight for melanated black people. Our very first war was not against the white man. Our very first war was against the Mongoloids. I don't think that you're coming here to disagree with me. His lordship, this is just the way I talk. You gotta really come check me out, bro. This is not a shot at you, brother. His lordship, I want you to understand that. Anybody in the panel will tell you this is the way I talk. This is not a shot at you, my brother. I love you, man. No, this is education for everybody. Anybody would tell you that Peter Nola 504, this is just the way he talks. This has nothing to do with you, his lordship. I love your channel. This has nothing to do with you, brother. Nah, you my people. I'm not going against my people. This ain't that kind of channel, my brother. I'm always passionate. There's not a time that you're going to come on this channel and not see me electrified. Inspirated. I get up in the morning like this. This is me. You ain't got to worry. You always welcome here. You are my people. We are stronger together than apart. We are stronger together than apart. I have nothing against Africa. I have nothing against the Caribbean. I have nothing against anybody. I'm here for our people to understand that we are more than just slaves. We are more than just what they call us peasants. We are more than that. And that's just the way it is. I want people to understand that we are more than that. My Hawaiian sister right there knows how I am. Smiles 808. She knows that that is my indigenous family. But when I tell you about the history and the truth about people that don't understand that they came to our land. We can't talk about Africa until we talk about here. I have nothing against Africa. Africa is I love Africa. I have no hatred for Africa. We got plenty of great cousins in Africa. But what I'm saying is we got to start here. We got problems on this country land. We got problems here of our people who still think they slaves. And we evolved from being slaves. We are not slaves. We evolved from that. I'm tired of them making movies, roots type of movies. I'm tired of them looking at us as slaves. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of them looking down on us like we are peasants in our own land. What's up, Chief? I want you guys to subscribe to Chief Flemings. That is one of my I want to say mentors who I always get advice from. What's up, Chief Flemings in the house, Indigenous American Indian in the house. I want you guys to understand that, and Cardi B is definitely not us. Cardi B is definitely not us, but she's speaking for us. She's out there speaking for all minority people. She's out there trying to speak for us. And I'm telling her to sit her ass down. Sit down, Cardi B. Sit down. And I want people to understand that. Sit your ass down. This is not your place. Yes, we are the original from four corners of the earth. We everywhere. But when I tell people about America, people want to displace us from America. We could say that we're from Africa. Nobody minds us being from Africa. Nobody minds us being from Turkey. Nobody minds us being from Russia. Nobody minds us being from anywhere else but America. But they get people when it comes, and I'm not talking about you, His Lordship. I'm talking about as a whole. People don't want us to be talking about America. They don't want us to have ties to our own land. They don't want us to. We are the majority, and I think that the census chief have been telling us lies for years that we are minorities and we are the majority in this country, because the census has us voting under so-called African American, and that's what they're doing. And a lot of us have not been, a lot of so-called Indians don't even know that they're Indians. A lot of them don't know that they are the true Indians of this land. They don't know that. And this is what I've been trying to tell people all along, is that I didn't come for. I'm tired of hearing. I'm focusing on America. I can't worry about nobody else. I gotta focus on the people that don't know about their land. This land is our land, and even Malcolm X, he even knew that we was the aborigine of this land. Not just James Baldwin. All these great historians knew that we were the aborigine of this land. Martin Luther King knew that we were the aborigine of this land. We as a nation of people got to stop giving up our land, and we cannot be a continent and a country at the same time. You don't see Europeans going around calling themselves European Americans. You don't see white people calling themselves as a European American. They don't disconnect themselves from America. And we got to stop disconnecting ourselves from our land, because they are taking our land. And that's what you have to understand. That every time you call yourself an immigrant in your own land, you are displacing yourself. You got to remember, I was a part of Hurricane Katrina. And I was on a roof for 2 weeks on a roof. And I want you guys to understand, during Hurricane Katrina, they were calling us refugees. Now, they were calling us refugees like we were foreigners in our own land. They were calling us refugees in our own land. We're the only people that go from being called Indians to being called Negro, to being called Black, to being called Moors, to being called so-called African Americans, to being called color. I can go on and on and on of the reclassifications that they have done to us. They have reclassified us multiple times. And I want you guys to understand that. Multiple times. They have reclassified our people. If that's not enough to open your minds what it is, why have we been changed so many times? Because the reason why is because they're trying to, every time we get closer and closer of learning the truth about us, they switch it to another name. And they have done that when we think about this, and this goes all the way back to 1989 when Messy Jesse Jackson changed the laws. In 1989, he changed the law for us to become African American. We were never called African Americans. We were always called color. And I want you guys to understand that. We were called Negro. We were called Indian. Before Indian, before the Mongoloids reclassified us, took our place. We have been reclassified by the $5 Indian. And we cannot stand for this no more. We are gaining knowledge. Smiles 808 knows that I am not trying to offend other nations of people. See, when people come on, they might think that I'm coming after Africans. But they're not really understanding what I am doing to make our people here understand that they're not an immigrant in their own land. And this is the understanding that I'm trying to get with our people here. You got people telling us to go back somewhere, telling us to go back to Africa, telling us to go back to here, go back to there. But we never tell them where to go. Hi, Clarence. Clarence, we never tell them where to go. You got to go back to work, my brother Clarence. My brother Clarence. We never tell them where to go. Do you tell them to go back to Europe? Do we tell them to go back to their lands? Do we tell them to go back to the Caucasus Mountains? And we got to stop being afraid of what our oppressor is going to say. We got to stop being afraid of what our oppressor is going to say or what they're going to think about us. We are rising up as a nation of people. We got to stop being afraid of what other nation of people think about us, because we are binding together on this movement. And there's nobody going to stop us from building. We cannot allow anybody to divide us from self-love with each other. Because this all is it's educational. It's learning things that we didn't learn in school. They didn't tell you nothing about aborigine in school. They didn't teach you this kind of stuff. I knew my grandfather told me that I had Chata, Mississippi. My daddy was born in Mississippi. My mother was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and on her side is Cherokee. I knew about these things, but when I went to school, they was forcing us to watch Roots. They were trying to manipulate our minds. And I want you guys to understand that. They were trying to push that agenda on us. That's right. You know, Mr. Prince, I'm gonna have to get you on the panel with all that education, Mr. Prince. All that education, my brother, you heard me. You're gonna have to come on the panel. I'm gonna have to get you on the panel sometimes because you got too much information. I want you guys to understand that I'm not about dividing our people. I'm about educating our people. I am not about separation of our people. I'm about educating our people. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You can never evolve to the person that you need to evolve with by being closed-minded. You will never evolve to the person that you should evolve to if you do not educate your mind, if you do not do your research. And it's crazy. I never said that we're not related. All people of the world are related in some kind of fashion. But I'd be damned if I start somewhere without educating my people first. Because we are so far behind in financial. When you talk about financially, we behind. Africans can come to America and they surpass us in finances. They are not treated as American black people. That should tell you something. And that is not a shot at our cousins, the Africans. They can come here and they can become doctors right away. They come here and go straight to college right away. How do they get financial aids? How do they get our tax money? Other minorities that come from overseas can grow in this country. And we still be behind. We've been here all our lives, and we still are behind every immigrant that comes to this country. We still be behind to any immigrant that comes to this country. Why? Why do they tell everybody to not to basically separate yourself away from so-called African Americans? We still behind. We still behind. Why are we end up in debt? Our kids have to get financial aid. We still be in debt. Parents are still trying to help pay for their kids' education. They are still in debt, credit card debt. And these people come in this country and they don't have to go to financial aid. They get college education. Off of your tax dollars. But you think that you on the same playing field? You think that the black man in America is on the same playing field? No. No. You got Vietnamese that came here. The Koreans, they had a war. They had a big war back in the days. We build them a China land. These people get their own land. Tax-free. All the nail salons that our black women support. All the hair, go and find their weed to put in their hair. Weaves in their head. We refuse to support black-owned businesses, but we support all these immigrants that come across the seas. We're making other populations rich. And these are the same people who don't have respect for us as a nation of people. These are the same people who don't have respect for us. This system is definitely for foreigners. This system has never been built for us. Financially, we're not competing with these people. We might, oh, you get a couple of token brothers and sisters like Oprah Winfield. You get a couple of token brothers and sisters, and they think that we should be happy. They think we should, oh, they gave us a black president. Oh, we should be happy. They give it and they take it. They give it and they take it. And that's what we don't understand, indigenous people. That's what we don't understand. We as indigenous people can't even get small business loans, let alone, and that's because they don't even look at you as indigenous people. They're giving the indigenous name to Mongoloids. No disrespect to my Mongoloid brothers and sisters, but they don't even classify us as indigenous people. We are the unknown in our own land. We are the unknown in our own land. We are the lost tribe in our own land, walking around with our names Smith, Jackson, Johnson, walking around with slave owners on the back of our names. We're walking around with our oppressors on the back of our names. We really marked with the European on the back of our backs. We are marked and branded with the Europeans on the back of our names. You want to talk about them branding? They brand us. We are forever branded with the names of our oppressor on our backs. And that's a fact. We walking around with our oppressor branded on our backs. How can they acknowledge us as indigenous when we're walking around with slave masters on our backs? That's why I have so much respect for Malcolm X, because he had, he acknowledged that we had to eliminate the names off of our backs. And that's crazy. That man was above his time on a lot of his knowledge. He was way above his time. He was above his time. And I want you guys to understand that there's a time and a place for war. And we got to stop having war and division with ourselves. There's a time and a place for war. And right now, the war is between you and me. We're fighting ourselves, people. We're fighting ourselves. Our lack of love for ourselves, we are fighting ourselves. We are fighting ourselves. We're getting in the way of ourselves. And I truly want you guys to understand that. Our own faults are, we are our own trouble. We are our own trouble. And if you're satisfied with your life, if you're just satisfied, I don't think this is the channel for you, because you should never be satisfied. If you're satisfied the way the government has been treating us as a nation of people, this may not be the channel for you. If you're just satisfied with just being who you are, just being black and just living your life the way it is, this may not be the channel for you. I want you to always to strive to be the best in your life. You should want what's great for your family. You should want the most. When you become a grandmother, when you become a grandfather, you want to leave things for have something to leave for your family. You want to have something to leave to your family. Don't ever be satisfied in your life, because you're slipping. You're slipping. It's like the song, you're slipping, falling, and I can't get up. I used to love DMX in that song. I'm telling you, I'm letting you guys know, don't be satisfied. Don't be happy with what they give you. You can get whatever you want to get, you can get on your own. There are things that you can get on your own. And I'm just so sick and tired of us that we expect less. We content with less. I want more from my people. I want more from my people. And I want to tell you guys, Brother Prince, Sister Cunningham, mind, body, and soul. I love that name. I love that name, Smiles 808. All the people on here that are watching, Chief, all you guys, everybody, I want to get back to my brother, the brother that was speaking. I don't want to say all you guys. I want to tell you that you are special. That all you guys are special. Peanut Nola 504 is just trying to inspire people to get out their own way. I'm just trying to inspire my brothers and sisters to get out their own way. I'm trying to inspire you guys that we can come together as a nation of people. And we don't have to depend on nobody but us. His Lordship. We don't have to depend on nobody else but us. We give our oppressor too much credit. And we got to stop doing that. We got to stop giving him the praise and the energy. We have to get out of our own way. And we cannot allow dumber and dumber to represent the minds and the feelings of our people. The minds and the feelings of our people. Cardi B does not represent aborigine Americans. Candace Owens does not represent aborigine Americans. Indigenous people as a whole. Because that mindset, that controlled slave mindset, is not us. It starts with us. You are so right, Sister Cunningham. Real rap knows what I'm talking about. And when we build with each other, the more and more that we build, they will not be able to continuously trick us in this system. I'm relearning me, my roots, me as a whole will be transformed while I'm on this journey. Go ahead. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because as we fight on this journey, as we come together on this journey, there won't be nobody that's going to be able to take us down. There won't be another nation that's going to take us down. We got Brother King, World News in the house. There won't be another nation to take us down. Sambo, Well, the most dangerous people out there, and you wouldn't believe it, is Sambo. Sambo is the most dangerous. No, not the white man. It's Sambo. Not Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom people talked about Uncle Tom. Johannes was his name. And a lot of people thought that Johannes, they looked at Uncle Tom as a sellout. But when you really do your history on Uncle Tom freed 100 slaves to Canada. And I want you guys to understand that it was Sambo who was the sellout. Sambo said, "Master, are you sick? I'm sick too, master." Sambo said, "Master, are you sick? I'm sick too." The most damaging people are ourselves. The biggest enemy is ourselves. The reflection in the mirror that you see is you. And it is what it is. Said, I lied to my children because I don't know my roots. My family don't know theirs. So I'm relearning, and I am telling my family everything I'm learning. And listen, it starts with you. It starts with you, sis. It starts with you. It's okay. It's okay, because there was many of us so-called African Americans that did not know who we were. It took my mother. Well, it took my mother. It took my auntie. It took people to start dying for me to start connecting the dots. I used to ignore my grandparents. They used to be telling me that we were Chata Nation. But because of the school system that were deflecting my brain, confusing me, made me believe that I was an immigrant in my own land. And I want you guys to understand that. I want you guys to understand that. Cardi B, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to have such a woman that is up there trying to be the representing minority people. And she got, I have to say, Candace Owens, because she's more educated, she killed her. They debated and she killed her. But Candace Owens, my problem with her is she says that racism does not exist. And my mind is like, where the hell she been? Where the hell she been? So that's why I called them Dumber and Dumber. And don't feel bad, Miss Mind, Body, and Soul. Don't feel bad, sis. You are going to be okay. Because guess what? You're starting already in the right direction. You are starting already in the right direction of actually trying to learn about you. Start with your churches. Go all the way back to where, go look at the dialogues. If you really want to go back to the hospital records. Go check out your hospital records, where you were born at. Go check your blood type. Check your blood type. Go get your blood checked. Because Aborigine people have rare blood types. Aborigine people have rare blood types, and they're pretty much all the same. There's going to be, I'm going to do a documentary I'm going to come up with, and I'm going to show you the different blood types. I'm going to show you that we don't have the blood type of the African man. So these are things we're going to educate each other on. We're going to educate each other on bone structures, on facial features. We're gonna look at the whole part of the human body, and we're gonna see who we connected to. There you go, O positive. Sounds like you an aborigine person to me. sound like you an aborigine person to me. Like I said, we got some work to do, and we're gonna learn together. We're going to learn together. There's nothing that we can't do without each other. For those who follow me, please follow King World News. This brother here, he be killing the Clintons. He be killing the Clintons. He be killing the Obamas, the Clintons, and the Democrat Party. He got a lot of shit that I mean, at the end of the day, I can't argue with a brother who on his shit. I can't argue. You can't argue with somebody who knows self-truth, who study. That's one thing about World. World takes the time to study. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do. Study yourself to be approval. That's why I call the brother the best news out there, because he's actually aggressive enough to teach the truth and not afraid. Always remember, when you're speaking the truth, you're going to get backlash. I don't give a damn what you do. People are afraid of the truth. They're always. People don't like the truth. The truth is hard for people to catch up in their mind. Oh, I'm not African. Who told you I'm not African? Who told you I'm not African? Who is you to tell me I'm not an African? Who's you to say that I'm not a part of Wakanda? Who told you that? Who's you to say that I can't that I'm not Shaka Zulu? You want Africa, but why can't you want America? You can have both. And that's what I'm trying to let my people understand, is self-awareness, understanding that teaching and learning yourself, it's all about research. It's all about doing your research. It's all about research, studying yourself to be approval and learning knowledge. Don't be afraid of knowledge. Don't walk away from yourself. Don't walk away from yourself. Because you are the chief and the chiefess of this world. Okay. Wakanda is in America. Y'all can keep educating me on that. Thank you, Mr. Prince. I'm just talking about the movie. Thank you, my brother. Because you're right. I keep talking bad about Wakanda. I'm hearing Wakanda is in America. Okay. Thank you. I don't mind being corrected. That's one thing about Peanut Nola 504. If you could correct me, sir. Correct me. Because my arrogance, I don't have an ego out my ass. That's why I told you we're stronger together, not apart. And this is why we learn. We learn with each other. Let me tell you something. If your ego's so big where your brother can't teach you, you don't need to follow that person. If your ego is so big where your brother can't teach you, you don't need to follow him. Because let me tell you something, arrogance and being egotistic, you can't learn from nobody like that. You should be able to learn from anybody. You should be able to learn from anybody. I don't give a damn who they is. The truth is the truth. I know a lot of y'all don't like Donald Trump, but if he's telling the truth, you got to take the truth. Take the truth as it is. We get so far with somebody, oh, somebody come on your channel and somebody come up in and they correct you and you get all up in your ass because the man had checked you on your channel. There's nothing wrong with being corrected. That's dialogue. That's working together. And I love to be corrected. I love to not be wrong. If you see something and you know something more than me, teach me, show me. Because none of us know everything. And that's a fact. We got so many people that want to be the teacher but don't want to learn. I'm still learning. Take correction and change my mistakes as well. And don't get mad. Y'all, let me tell y'all one thing y'all gonna learn about Peanut Nola 504. He gonna always be the same. I love y'all support. I love y'all. If y'all can hit the like buttons, I love everything that y'all doing to support me, helping my channel grow. I went from 20 subscribers. I'm all the way up to 700 and almost 70 right now. And I have been blessed because I have great people that follow me. I have great people who are very supportive of me. That might not seem a lot to some. But I kind of feel like I'm on the right track. I kind of feel like that we are waking up. I could have tried anything to come on YouTube with. I could have been a diss channel. I could have came for drama. But I chose to deal with history. I chose to teach my people with history. And I want you guys to understand that. And I want you to guys, A and B types are foreigners. Wow. Education tells it all. Okay? Education tells it all. We will never learn anything without working with each other. We got to work. We will never be strong as a nation of people if we don't work together. Opinion junkie in the house. My brother Opinion. For those who out there, man, this man here, if you want the best opinion guy out there, please subscribe to my brother, the Opinion Junkie. Because this guy here, when I tell you, when I barely had subscribers and I was just starting out, he was the very first person to give me an interview. He was the very first person to build with me. And I am so thankful for you, Opinion Junkie. And Chief, you know you always been there for me. Chief, I sit there and think about Chief Flemings. Chief Flemings always been encouraging to me as I grew my channel. Radino Rogers, my brother, my elementary brother, Radino Rogers in the house. And Lady Solo, when I tell you the lady that you're just such a blessing just to have on my channel. But I want you guys to understand that I didn't come for everybody. And it's okay. I want people to understand that. Your message may not be the things that come out of my mouth, it might not be intended for you. Your message is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So you may never hit your goal as being a big YouTuber. You got to understand that you in it for a bigger cause. And I'm in it for a bigger cause, to change the thinkings of my people. And that is what it is. I want to tell y'all thank you, good morning, and peace and blessings to all you guys for keep on and share the video if you should like to. Also hit the like buttons. I want to thank you guys one more time, for showing up as usual, always lifting up my channel, always supporting my channel. I'm almost close to 1K. Could you guys help me get to that? My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my videos. If you guys can help me, please share my videos. Tell your friends, tell your channel holders, if you like my channel, could you please share and tell them about me and try to help me reach my goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. I can't do it alone. I need your help. If you can help me, I'm very close to my goal. I would love, I would, like I said, I would appreciate you guys helping me. You know what I'm saying? So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get my subscription. I mean, so I can get monetized for my videos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys. All glory goes to the Most High. I just want to thank you guys once again. You guys are great. I am nothing without you guys. Knowledge seeker in the house. My brother, what took you so long? You must have been sleeping. Knowledge, I'm gonna say knowledge sleeper. My brother Knowledge Seeker, that's another brother. Please subscribe to his channel. I want you guys to keep supporting each other. Don't forget Brother World News and the Beam Team. Don't forget Sister Angel. Everybody loves Angel. Don't forget everybody. Everybody Smiles 808. Everybody, please, please, please subscribe to each other. And my brother Prince, please subscribe to the brother Prince. I'm gonna get him on the panel. I'm definitely gonna be poking at you. You're gonna be getting on that panel, brother. You're gonna get on that panel because you are part of the indigenous team, and I gotta get you a part of it. Okay, you heard me. So you guys have a blessed one. I got some trucking to do today. It is what it is. Share the video. Please tell your friends and families. Help Peanut Nola 504 get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not that far away. If you guys can help me, that would be a great deal. But thank you. I'm out of here.